Title: My cousin's bachelorette trip to Aruba ended with her being arrested and banned from flying. Hey Reddit, I'm Jennifer, 28F, and I just got back from what was supposed to be a fun, relaxing bachelorette trip, but it turned into a full-blown disaster. This was my cousin Rebecca's, 32F, bachelorette trip to Aruba. Rebecca and I grew up really close. Our moms are sisters, so I thought this would be a special bonding trip. But over the last year, since she got engaged, Rebecca has become unrecognizable. If you've ever heard the phrase bridezilla, she's the walking, talking definition. To paint you a picture, here's a quick rundown of how she's been in the last 10 months. She created a 17-page bridesmaid conduct guide that she emailed out to everyone months ago. It's filled with bizarre rules like no unflattering laughter in photos, fake smiles only. Hair color changes must be approved at least 30 days in advance. All social media posts about me require pre-approval, including Instagram stories and DMs. No talking about personal problems in my presence. This is my year. She nearly canceled the bridal shower because the maid of honor accidentally bought the wrong shade of beige for the tablecloths. Rebecca insisted on exact Pantone matches, which the store didn't carry. She got into a huge fight with one bridesmaid for not liking the exact brand of organic bottled water she preferred. The bridesmaid got a passive-aggressive 3-page email about respecting the bride's preferences. She banned anyone from discussing their own life struggles around her, saying she needed positive energy only. So, yeah, everyone was a little on edge going into this trip. When she announced the bachelorette destination was Aruba, beautiful, sunny Aruba, there was a mix of excitement and dread in the air. We boarded the flight with high hopes. The 5-hour flight was mostly smooth. Rebecca was relatively quiet for once, scrolling on her phone, occasionally complaining about the leg room or the snacks, but nothing too dramatic. When we landed, everyone was eager to get to the hotel and start relaxing. That's when things started to fall apart. At baggage claim, Rebecca's checked luggage did not appear. She stood frozen at first, eyes darting around as the carousel kept spinning without her bag. Then she started pacing nervously, biting her lip, muttering about incompetence. The airline rep came over to tell her calmly that her bag was delayed and would be delivered to our hotel within 24 hours. Rebecca exploded. Full meltdown. She yelled at the rep like he personally caused the delay. No, you do not understand who I am. I am the bride. This is my bachelorette trip. My custom bridal robe is in that bag. My vegan silk sleep mask is in that bag. My entire skincare routine, the $400 set I paid extra for, is in that bag. Do you know what 48 hours without my nighttime routine will do to my skin? The rep tried to hand her a claims form to fill out, and she slapped it out of his hand so hard it flew across the floor and slid under a stroller. She demanded they call the pilot and have the plane opened so they could hand-deliver her suitcase immediately. When told that was impossible, she slammed her hand on the counter so hard that the keyboard bounced and the screen flashed erratically. Her voice got louder, almost theatrical. This is my once-in-a-lifetime trip. If Beyoncé lost her bag, you'd have it found by now. Do you even know who I am? She started pounding her fists on the baggage carousel and screaming, "Return my property!" at the top of her lungs. Security was called to intervene. A security officer approached and asked her to step aside to talk privately. She yanked her arm away and snapped, "Don't touch me unless you're bringing my bag." A small crowd had gathered by now, some filming on phones, others staring in disbelief. A little kid tugged his dad's hand and asked, "Why is that lady yelling?" The dad whispered, "She's having a really bad day," and hurried away. Rebecca wasn't finished. She stormed into the duty-free shop, grabbed a pair of $900 designer sunglasses off a display, and shouted, "Maybe I'll just take these as compensation," before throwing them back down like they were worthless. When the second security officer arrived, Rebecca tried to bribe him with a $100 bill pulled from her purse. "Get my bag off that plane right now, and this is yours." The officer gave her a flat, unamused look and shook his head. Frustrated, Rebecca accused the airline of discriminating against brides and insisted they were destroying my bridal aura. The last straw was when she grabbed an employee's shirt collar and snarled at him, "You will fix this or you'll regret it." At that point, the officers cuffed her on the spot. Throughout this entire ordeal, I was begging her, "Becca, please, we can go shopping. I'll buy you new clothes. It's going to be okay." But she was too far gone. As they led her away, she screamed over her shoulder, "I hope you're all happy. My wedding is ruined." The arrest and holding room drama. Just because she was cuffed didn't mean she shut up. She stood in the middle of baggage claim and declared loudly, "They think they can silence brides. I will not be silenced." On the way to the holding area, she jerked her arms back and yelled, "This is illegal. I'm an American citizen." Reminder, we were in Aruba. Once inside the holding cell area, she demanded the bridal suite, refusing to sit in a dirty chair in a holding cell. The officer told her that was not a hotel, which made her gasp like he just told her there was no oxygen. She called the airline desk twice on the holding room phone, demanding they immediately search every plane on the island for her bag. Both calls ended with them hanging up. She tried calling her fiancé, who was apparently in a meeting. The voicemail she left started calm and spiraled into panic. "Babe, they're holding me hostage in a foreign country. This could be international news. Someone has to save my wedding." She even asked if she could have champagne while waiting because she was supposed to be celebrating. The officer blinked at her like she just asked for a unicorn. When it was time for fingerprinting, she complained that the ink pad was not sanitary enough and told the staff, "You're going to smudge my bridal manicure." She spotted another woman in holding, arrested for drunken disorderly conduct, and whispered, "If they put me in a cell with her, I'll sue." The paperwork took 90 minutes. During that time, she attempted to hand me her phone to go live on Instagram from the holding cell. I refused. Eventually, she was escorted straight onto a plane back to the U.S., still muttering about filing a formal bridal discrimination complaint. We went on the trip without her, and honestly, it was peaceful and calm for the first time in months. Update number 1. 1 week later. The days after the Aruba meltdown were pure silence from Rebecca. She ghosted everyone, didn't respond to texts or calls, and even avoided family members at Sunday dinner. The tension was thick, like everyone was waiting for a bomb to drop, but didn't know where or when. Finally, my aunt, Rebecca's mom, Karen, took the lead. She called me and a few close family members into the living room of her cozy suburban home. The room smelled faintly of lavender and freshly brewed coffee, but the warmth in the air couldn't hide the heaviness of what was about to happen. Karen sat in her favorite armchair, her face serious but calm. Dad paced slowly nearby, arms crossed, occasionally shaking his head. My other cousins sat quietly on the couch, exchanging nervous glances. When Rebecca walked in, her eyes looked tired and distant. She seemed smaller somehow, less like the fierce bridezilla from the airport videos, and more like a lost person caught in her own storm. Karen took a deep breath and said, softly but firmly, "Rebecca, we need to talk. What happened in Aruba wasn't just embarrassing, it scared people. We love you, but the way you've been acting for months, it's breaking us." Rebecca's face flushed, and she looked away. Dad joined in, voice low but intense. "You've been unbearable. The constant demands, the shouting, the way you treat people like they're beneath you, it's pushing everyone away." My cousin Lisa, the maid of honor, wiped a tear from her eye, and added, "I wanted this to be fun, a celebration. But I've been walking on eggshells for weeks. I almost quit because I felt like I was disappointing you no matter what." Rebecca finally looked up, voice trembling. I I didn't realize how bad I was being. I just wanted everything to be perfect. I thought if I controlled it all, it would make me happy." Karen reached over and took Rebecca's hand. "Perfection isn't worth losing your family over. We want to celebrate you, but we need the real Rebecca, not the angry one." It was the longest silence before Rebecca whispered, "Maybe I did overreact. I know I hurt people. I'm sorry." We all sat there, a fragile sense of relief spreading through the room. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. Since that day, Rebecca scrapped the bridesmaid conduct guide, stopped micromanaging social media, and even apologized to Lisa for the bottled water fiasco. It felt like she was slowly coming back to us. Update number 2. The week of the wedding. A changed woman. The week of the wedding was surreal. The entire family was buzzing with excitement, but under that buzz was a cautious hope that Rebecca's transformation would hold. The rehearsal dinner was held in a softly lit garden behind the venue. Twinkling fairy lights draped over olive trees, and the scent of jasmine filled the air. The clink of glasses and soft murmur of conversations made the setting feel magical, but I could tell everyone was quietly watching Rebecca. Later that evening, she pulled me aside near the stone fountain. The glow from the candles flickered across her face, revealing vulnerability I hadn't seen in months. She said quietly, "Jennifer, I've been a nightmare. Watching that airport meltdown video was like looking at a stranger. I didn't realize how out of control I'd become." I nodded, squeezing her hand gently. "It was hard to watch, but you're here now. That's what matters." She smiled, a genuine, unforced smile for the first time in forever. "I've been trying to let people help me, not just boss them around. I'm even laughing at myself, though the TikTok compilation made me want to crawl under a rock." At the wedding the next day, there was none of the usual bridezilla attention. No last-minute freakouts, no lists of demands. Just laughter, happy tears, and hugs that felt real and warm. Rebecca danced with her fiancé, a calm glow surrounding her. She whispered to me, "I finally get it. The wedding isn't about the perfect robe or the flawless skincare routine. It's about the people who love you, flaws and all." Seeing her that way, grounded, grateful, human, made the whole roller coaster worth it.